The word Fundi is a Swahili word. It basically means artisan, craftsman, technologist, handyman, and it describes a person who uses their hands to solve problems. And I adopted it as the name for the organization because of its very deep African heritage, but also most importantly because it represented the kind of organization that I was trying to start, an organization that allowed people to use their hands and their minds more proactively and combine them with the education they're having to solve solutions around them. Educating the youth is important because, as much as it's a cliche, the youth are our future. And we need to start nurturing their knowledge and their experiences from a very early age. And by nurturing, I don't mean determining or dictating what they should study, but just allowing them to explore creatively what they can do. The idea for Fundi Bots came when I was 14, 15 years old. I was in high school with a very deep passion for electronics and technology. And I was trying to do things that were not in the education curriculum, but just stuff that I really absolutely loved doing. And it was very frustrating because the support that I needed, the logistical support, the educational support, the financial support, both from schools and my parents, were not available. And there was a very strong focus on the school, the curriculum, just go to school and study what's there. And there was not a lot of emphasis on the practical and innovative side of science. The result of all of that was me just saying, you know what, even if I just affect one child, that's fine. So those frustrations led me to sort of, as a very naive kid, to decide that if I ever got the opportunity to create something like this, then I would make a space that would let kids like me come in, innovate, explore, get mentored, get access to financial resources and all the help that they needed to achieve the dreams that they had that were not being addressed by the school system at that time. Because I know what they're going through. I was there. When you look at someone like Victor from Fundi Bots, when you look at the pain that he was going through to try and pursue his passion, and when you multiply that by millions of kids across the continent, you realize that waiting for a government to change things when they are not the people on the ground is going to be a futile effort.
I'm Victor Paul Kawaga, and I'm 24 years old. I'm also interested in passing on the knowledge to the young ones. The challenges that I meet, I don't want someone else to meet them. Yeah? Personally, if it wasn't for my so much struggle, I wouldn't perhaps have achieved the science that I have today. I would have given up. Mommy's side, I'm the last born, then daddy's side, I'm the 15th. Yeah. So there were limited resources, and because personally I joined A level without even half of the money that I had to pay. We were paying 310, but I only had like 70,000 Ghana shillings. The schools, the way they do it, it's like once you've crossed the gate, they can't bother you. So you approach this teacher in time so that when it comes next week, maybe they look aside or, find a way of you getting in. And once you are in, that's okay. No one in our family had ever done science. So I was the first. No connections. What crossed my mind was like, you have to be a job creator. Because you find at times someone is talented but poor. Yeah? They can't access the materials. Say the knowledge I've got in 3 years, if I can pass it on in say less than a year, that means the other 2 years, that person will be doing something completely different.
I've always wanted to be a robotics engineer, So my mom looked for a place and she found a Fundi Bots. So I went there and I liked it, so I kept on coming back. When I went to Fundi Bots, I was kind of scared because I didn't know what to do, where to start. So then Victor came and helped me out and he said, you can sit here. And then he started explaining what they were doing before because they'd already started off. So then when we started doing actual hardware, it became easier and I really enjoyed it. And I told my mom we have to come here again. Victor is a really good teacher because you can always tell him I don't understand this and he'll actually break it down for you. When it was my first time to do actual coding, I really didn't understand. Like we were coding a program to make the lights go on and off, and I didn't understand most of it, so he explained to me what this piece of code does. When you learn, you're actually helping yourself because you could use what you've learned in future.
A Fundi would be someone who can identify a problem and is not waiting for a solution from elsewhere. Also should be very, very open, very willing to share with others. Say, I know something, but you don't. I can pass on the knowledge at no cost. Yeah. So that at the end of the day, we all benefit. Yeah.
The challenges that we face are challenges that start from the leadership of the country, the individual perceptions of the country, the reliance on other people to solve our problems. And I think if we are able to eliminate a lot of those factors, we have a very strong possibility of being one of the greatest nations on this earth.
Future of Uganda. With the way Fundi Bots is taking it, I'm seeing the future just bright, because I'm looking at the young generation right now. You find, say, 6-year-old, yeah, playing with the technologies that maybe you got like at 18, or just imagine the future of this kid after just a few years. And since they are the future of the country, then you just see the country at a different level.
How does that make you feel?
Personally, being among the people putting up that flag, just a pleasure. Just a pleasure.